I'm involved in Keep NHS Public, and I'm a PCS member. I work at the National Gallery. And I mean, I'd like to thank everybody who's spoken, both from the platform and from the floor, for speaking so eloquently about why we need an alternative to austerity and how important a first step the demonstration on the 20th of October is. And my question really is what we can do in the next 10 days to make sure that that demonstration is as big as possible. And I do think that we've got a few different problems. I mean, we're obviously under attack from all sides. Caroline asked, how can we link up with what other unions, what's the struggles that are going on, and, it's inspiring to hear about what's happening in Canada and across Europe. And I think that it's kind of obvious to people that we can't just fight on our own as parking wardens, or in the gallery where I work, people aren't even on the London living wage, and health services being privatised bit by bit. The out-of-hours service in Camden, the local GPs didn't even get shortlisted in the tendering exercise before they handed the service over to a private company. People on benefits are under attack. We obviously need to unite, and we can't fight on our own. And actually, people know we need national action. I mean, people have talked about the bad things in Greece and in Spain. The good things are that they've actually, in Greece I think they've had, well over 20 general strikes in the last couple of years, and that's how they started putting pressure on their government. They didn't actually win the election in the end, but a real bloody debate going on about what the alternatives to austerity are, and people not just letting, the cuts go by. And I think that's what people want to see here. And it was a breath of fresh air, and I think we should, claim responsibility for the fact that the TUC did vote for a general strike in this country. But the question is, how do we actually get it? Now, I've got a petition here that says to the TUC, name the day for a general strike. I think we should do that, and we should kind of campaign around that. But to be honest, that's to me where the demonstration comes in and the size of it. Because I think if we hadn't had 500,000 people marching last March, we wouldn't have had the huge strikes that we had last November. It's very frustrating to people that that was called off. It's very frustrating to health activists that the demonstration's now rather than before the health bill was passed. But if we want that kind of strike action, then we need to make that demonstration big. And actually we've got a very good tradition in Camden of solidarity. And if you're going to come out on an all-out strike, we need to raise the money, to make sure that that strike wins. But this council chamber last night was full of tenants' reps. It was full, packed meeting, looking for what they do to defend the Tenants' Federation and how they fight back against the attacks on housing. Are we going to make sure that we're all, a lot of them said that they would leaflet their estate for the demonstration, and people know that we're meeting up at 11 o'clock in Mallet Street so that people from Camden who are marching together can meet up together. I know that in the past students and workers have done a brilliant job of leafleting at Euston Square Tube, for the previous big demonstrations. I think we should fix a timetable for the next 10 days where all the different campaigns and struggles, we try and get them together in the 10 days to make the demonstration as big as possible. Can we fix some dates now? But then also we really do use Saturday week as a platform where we say we are going to fight like crazy, not just against the government, but against the people in our own movement who don't want to see a fight, to force them into the fight that we need.